This is Corolla Digital. Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Alison Bedell.
Hey, what is going on?
Howdy, everybody. Thanks so much for coming back. We love that you guys have come back to listen for more.
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, thanks for submitting to the torture.
Subscribe and review.
Yeah, we really are happy that you guys came to listen to us. If you like what you hear, please click subscribe and then go and tell all of your friends to do the same. Even if they never listen to us ever, tell them to go onto iTunes and click subscribe because that really helps us out a lot so that we can keep the podcast going. And
yeah, give us a review too. Tell us what you think. Tell us your thoughts. If you guys got any criticism or any way we can make it better or things you'd like to hear, of course, let us know.
Yeah, but good reviews only. If you don't like us, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah, make sure it's only good. We don't want to hear any bad. There's constructive criticism, and then there's everything else.
Well, because really our ultimate goal is to get ads, which I know, that people don't really want to listen to commercials and ads and stuff, but that's what really makes it possible so that we can keep doing it and getting studio time and recording and having everybody
all that fun
have a good
stuff.
Time. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go subscribe.
Yeah.
Even if it's ads like my brother gets butt plugs and
your brother's got some funny shit.
He's
man.
got some seriously funny ads.
Mr. Joseph Cumia in the house on the levels, making us sound good. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
On the knobs and buttons.
On the knobs, yeah.
Pushing the buttons and twisting the knobs.
Yeah, man. So what's happening, y'all? Hope you're all having a good day of it, and thanks again for tuning in. And we're talking about stuff that's going on with us lately. We just had some really cool stuff happen to us,
really
right?
exciting things happening this season while we're filming Catch a Contractor. Dodge Ram trucks are one of the sponsors of the show this year, and they asked Skip to film, 20 spots called Skip's Tips. It was actually, we had already thought of Skip's Tips, and we were not sure where we were going to do them.
Well, I've been thinking about doing like an online series, maybe like a YouTube channel, things like that. That it takes time to do, and eventually that's something I think I'm going to get into very soon, to where I can kind of offer online tips to people on how to do it and actually video clips and stuff. But they came to me with this really cool idea that they're going to do this integrated commercial, so to speak. It's a 30-second spot into every episode of Catch a Contractor, and basically it's going to be called Skip's Tips. How ironic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to give a tip, and it's going to be brought to you by Ram Trucks, which is one of my favorite because that's what I drive every day. I love my 3500. And so it's been a really cool ride with that thing.
Well, we've been using the vehicles in this season.
Yeah, we drive all Ram trucks.
Yeah,
on Catch a Contractor.
It's fancy schmancy. And I'm driving like the.
You're driving the 1500. That's not even that fancy. You got to get into the 3500, like the dually. The thing it's got an interior like it looks like the inside of a Rolls Royce.
It's got a knob for the where you change gears, and it's like a knob on the dashboard.
That's the one thing, Joe. What do you think about that, man? A lot of the new cars now, rather than having the standard stick shift on the column, right? This is a question for the dudes out there who drive trucks. You used to shift it on the column, or you got the shifter on the floor. They now have like a knob, like you turn it on the dashboard for park, drive, reverse, neutral. It just feels weird,
I never
man.
reach for it. I always go to get the thing like where you pull your hand down.
There's no
gesture.
more shifter anywhere.
Yeah.
So now you're pressing a button or you're turning a knob.
I learned how to drive 3 on the tree, actually. So
right?
I'm old school.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel truckish.
Well, it's just like everything else. You got to get used to it. It's the modern technology.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can be done.
But now that I've gotten to use it, I got to say, it kind of like everything else. You get used to it, and in the big picture, Ram trucks, man, you just can't touch
badass.
it. They're just awesome,
sturdy, like badass. I really
my
love
truck
it.
It's not. It's an older.
It's older, but
it's a 2004 3500 big dually, with the double rear wheels on it.
How many miles are you up to now?
I am up to 120,000 miles on my
and you
truck.
Know what?
And that truck runs like the day I bought it.
It does run. And you barely, since we've been together, I can't remember you having anything serviced on it, really.
Nah, man, that thing is just a beast. It just runs around. And I pull these monster trailers.
What the?
It's all right. We're okay.
That's
Whoa.
what the fuck for
That's
today.
a little bit of gas. Just a little gas.
You all right, Joe?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry.
Oh my God!
Got any of that poopery laying around there?
Is that the
That's
chair mic?
That's the before you go spray,
Some
Joe.
Poopery.
Oh my God! Joe's got the S mic hidden in his
Joe
chair.
adjusting the damn mic stands because I heard popping again. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
That's better.
So yeah, so my truck, 120,000 miles on my Ram Dually 3500. The thing runs like the day I got it. It's a monster, 8-foot bed, 4-door. I pull everything with that heavy equipment and machinery and big trailers and boats and all kinds. The thing's just a beast. But hint, hint, Ram trucks, I'm ready for a new one.
He so is. He got into an accident actually right after we bought our house it was January 2011.
Oh, it was like a little,
and it was icy and snowy out.
And that thing just like it didn't
No,
even
you ran into the woods.
Well,
like
yeah,
you had to swerve to avoid that guy on the ice.
I hit a small tree because a guy was coming into my lane, and
there's a major big dent on the truck.
It's like it didn't even feel it though. This thing is just such a tank.
It's
man.
driven perfectly since, but
it's perfect.
But it looks like bad with that big dent. I took the insurance check and spent it on furniture.
She's like, give me that check.
I was like, you got a check for $5,000? Give it to me.
You know, it's my work truck, and I spend most of my time on my Harley anyway. So, but yeah, Ram, I'm ready for a new one, and it's cool because we get to drive all new Ram trucks on the show.
Yeah.
And to get back to Skip's tips, how cool! I'm doing all these spots for them. One is integrated into every episode of Catch a Contractor.
And then where were the other ones?
And we did another 10 that are living online on the Spike site, and I think on a YouTube channel. And it's all about, giving tips to people that watch, DIY stuff or on tools or how to fix things. It just is a whole different assortment of them. But 20 of them I did. I also did a bunch of stuff for True Value, which is another one of our big sponsors this year, True Value hardware stores. So it's been a cool ride with that this year. Now starting to see how the show is becoming such a big success, and these other kind of ancillary opportunities are, coming to be. It's like all of a sudden the phone is kind of ringing and people saying, hey, man, we want you to talk about our stuff. So
it was fun.
And that's exciting.
But yeah, it was a really cool experience the day that we went to the set to film that for you. It was like we have a production crew, and we're filming all the time. But this was a whole other animal. This was almost like a movie set.
It was like a movie set.
They were set up.
It was huge
in the street, and they had these huge long trailers. And there was a big one for like hair and makeup, and there was a really big one for the production team. And it had like this elevated area with couches and a flat screen TV. It looked like it was like really. Well, it had everything in it.
Their camera setups, like our camera guys are doing mostly shoulder because of the type of filming that we do, but this thing was set up like on a giant jib, like a huge boom. It's like a 30-foot boom. So they get these up-high aerial shots. It was a major production, man. I pulled up to this place, and I'm like, holy
That's
crap.
all there for you.
I'm like, holy crap. It was like a movie set. And
people came running over to him.
It was all to film Skip
tips.
tips. So it was pretty cool. And they definitely went big budget with it.
Yeah, big.
And we're getting a lot of really great response from people that have seen them online and watching these things. So it's just
big budget. It's Dodge.
That's what I'm saying.
They can afford it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And so they didn't do like a quick little. I've done other commercials and stuff, and the quick little studio things, or green screen or whatever. This was like on location, full blown,
so professional.
And you know how you can tell when it's really they went big budget, because our porta potties are basically like the like just the blue plastic sheds that roll up and you get into it. It's like an open bucket. You're looking down into a tub of crap. Right. This thing was like a tractor trailer with like these luxury air conditioned. I'm like, wow,
they were like a full. Like
if they're spending a lot of money on the crappers, imagine what they could do with my commercial.
Yeah. It was true, though. I was watching, I was on set there while you were filming all of them, and for most of the day I was standing next to the camera filming you, and I was filming the camera filming you. I got some really amazing pictures.
Yeah.
But I was also at some point in the, what was like a tent where the guys, like the directors were sitting, and I was watching the actual screen of what was being filmed, and it was like I had proud moments watching you. It was like, holy shit.
Sir.
Like, it was like you're on the big screen. It was.
Thanks,
You're definitely a natural for Dodge, though. I mean, for trucks. Dodge trucks.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. You fit the profile.
I'm hoping that they think so. I'm waiting for a little national spokesperson endorsement.
Yeah,
for all you manufacturers out there.
Move closer. I need a place to rest my feet.
Sorry. Did I move your footrest?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Your heel is nudging my nut bag.
Is that what you call your cock? I was going to say, yes, you call your cock a footrest.
Really?
Anyway.
It's a cock rest.
My feet are resting on the chair in between your knees, asshole. You don't have to talk nasty.
Between his knees and asshole. That's about right.
What is that? What is that part between the
taint?
The taint. It's between the sack and the hole, right? It's the taint.
Taint ass, taint pussy.
We're recording
It's
about
just taint.
2 minutes now. Thank you very much.
That's what you get when you put a couple of dudes in a room. All right, so let's stay on topic. We're talking about Ram Truck and True Value. Cool stuff going on this season, man. We're really excited about being able to do these things and have these opportunities that are coming from the show. Catch a Contractor's got all kinds of cool stuff happening. The show, of course, has become a huge success, and we're getting some really big sponsors, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, that was a big to-do. Oh, God, and what happened while we were there? While you were filming, we were making plans to go to Las Vegas for the weekend, and it was really expensive for a Saturday night. We're going to rent a bike and go to Las Vegas and stay there 2 nights. So it was supposed to be Friday and Saturday night. The Saturday night.
Well, it was Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
So that's a huge part of why it was so expensive.
Well,
everybody
and that
was partying
Saturday
in Vegas.
night, it was something like $400 for the one night, but the night before was like $125 for the same room. So I only booked that one night with the $125, and then I was trying to find something else for the second night because I was like, I just couldn't.
Yeah, well, usually when you roll out to Vegas, it's like, we'll find a room. It's like
it's just not in me. Yeah,
there's rooms everywhere, right? And let's face it, you don't spend a lot of time in the room anywhere when you're in Vegas.
Well, as it turns out, there was no availability.
Yeah,
any
because it was a holiday weekend.
Everything was booked, and if there was something available, it was ridiculously expensive. So then, as it turned out, the guy who owns the production company that did the Dodge commercials, he has a hookup at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is where we had already even booked that first night anyway.
Right. It's a great place to stay.
He goes there all the time, and he loves the place. And he had one of those guys called, like the concierge guys, or like
concierge guy.
Yeah, okay. So he had a hookup over there, and he gave him a call, and that guy ended up getting us the room for like half of that, and so we booked a second night. And that kind of directs us into what we did lately. It was very exciting.
Well, that was just an awesome weekend. Let's start out with we rent a Harley. We get a touring bike,
a new one,
big ultra classic, which is I've been wanting to ride the 15s, which are partially water cooled, right, on the big ultras. And that's what we ride, but it's an older bike. It doesn't have that. And so it was cool to be able to see the difference in the technology. They got the touch screen on it now. And they got
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, so we're able to use the music on our iPhones.
We have a stereo system on our bike, and we wire into it like USB to get the sounds through the system and everything. Now everything is Bluetooth through this really cool touch screen setup. The bike just ran like a beast. We rolled it across the desert, man. We went all the way across from L.A. across the Mojave Desert.
Which was a really unique,
great ride.
Oh gosh! Well, it was so long, but what was shocking was the how long it was abandoned. It was like just the people on the highway. There's like nothing anywhere as far as you can see.
Desolate, man.
It's the Mojave Desert.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I've never ridden across it before or driven or anything. I've flown over it a million times.
There's not enough gas stations because really, if you don't come fully fucking prepared, you're so screwed.
Well, the bike has much less mileage or range than the car.
And
so
no
it's
phone signal. So if you run out of gas, you are completely fucked.
Well, they have patrols. They do.
I didn't see not one fucking patrol.
Well, that's because you were rolled across.
Well, it was.
If you were stuck, if you were stopped every couple of hours, there's a cop car.
Well,
that's even too long. Are you crazy? It's fucking hot out there.
Boiling hot, man. I could not believe how hot it was.
We had Kilo with us on the bike.
So we came from the coast where we're staying over by Venice. And, of course, as you get across the valley, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Sure. And then you break past the valley and you come into the desert. And then it's like somebody just turned on the heat lamp to keep the food underneath.
Turned on the blow dryer on high.
Holy God, it was hot. And I'm like, wow, man, you can feel the heat rating up. And that's when you start to see just every sign of civilization just evaporate. Yeah. And before long, you get into nothing but sand and like those big red rot structures like you see like on Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner episodes.
Well, there is a place out there called Death Valley, Skip.
Yeah.
There's a place called Death Valley.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an East Coast boy, so I finally realized why they called it that. So as we're rolling across this thing, it had occurred to me quickly as I'm watching the gas gauge on the bike, and I'm looking at.
And we still had about maybe more than a quarter of a tank, or maybe even a half a tank, and he was like, "We gotta go get gas."
No, because you don't understand. Because I'm watching the gas gauge go down, and I'm looking at the GPS, and it's saying we still have like 2 or 3 hours to go, like 130 miles or 40, whatever it was, like 200, however many. We had way more miles than the way the gas gauge was moving. So I'm thinking, all right, we've only been rolling across the desert for about a half an hour now. We burned up like about a third of the gas tank. And I'm like, this doesn't work out. Like the math doesn't work. I'm like...
But then he started to get panicky. So now...
No, I wasn't panicking. I'm thinking like, I don't know this stretch of road, and I don't know how long until the next gas station is. And it's
He wanted to pull off at exits where the sign didn't say that there was gas coming, and where when you look at the exit as it veered off the highway, there was nothing. That's the exit he wanted to get off at.
It's like an episode of The Hills Have Eyes. You can see.
I'm like, do not get off of that exit.
You pull into the abandoned gas station with the tumbleweeds blowing across the
There wasn't even that. There was nothing. All you saw was like the road that went to nowhere, and I'm like, why are you trying to get off at the exit? There was nothing there. So... Thank God he kept driving. Eventually he got to one of those exits where there was one of those, like, a convenience store or something where there's, like, all dirt blowing in the air, when you pull in.
We pull out, and there's, like, two cars in this thing, and it's like, you hear, like, the coyotes, like, howling in the background, man. And it's the middle of the daytime, but it's still like a horror movie, and I'm like...
And we're like, where are the fucking zombies? We better get out of here fast.
There's no people around, and there's, like, some crazy-ass fucker in the back of this place. It's like,
ready to kill you.
Gas?
Yep.
We ain't got no gas.
Well, we're gonna have some steak tonight from your rib cage.
So the freakiest thing happened, man. We're rolling up to this place, and she's like poking me in the ribs. She's like, "I don't like this place. I don't like it. Let's keep going." And I'm like, "Listen, we need gas, man."
He just wants to stop and ask.
But they have no gas there. It's just like a convenience store, and
hello, I'm a victim. I'm running out of gas. Can you tell me what to do? But Joe,
it's the first place we've come to in like 30 minutes, and I'm like, "All right, I don't care. It's a sign of there's people here." And at least we get
all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters.
Oh shit! I'm thinking, you know what? At least we can find out where the next gas station is. How much longer is it going to be, right? So we roll up into this place, and it is a little scary. It's a little freaky looking, dude. And all of a sudden, this guy comes walking out of the shack, and he's like, "Oh my God!"
No.
Yeah, no. He totally recognized us from the show.
No, he didn't. Why do you remember? See, this is why we need to write things down. No, he didn't.
When did that happen?
You asked
Was
him.
Was that a different place?
You're thinking about something completely different. Because this guy that came out of the place, you asked him if he knew where the next gas station was. He went to his phone, he looked it up to see where it was, and he said it was like 8 miles that way. And then I said
came out with a chainsaw.
And then, no, you guys were talking about like where the gas station was, and then at some point I said something. I said to him, I said, everybody always tells me it looks like that guy from Catch a Contractor, and then he looks at Skip and he's like, "Oh yeah, you do, yeah." And then he starts telling us about the show and how he loves it.
So yeah, that's what it was. I was playing off kind of like like kind of dumb. Like, yeah, people say that all the time. I do kind of, and I still have my helmet on and my sunglasses. So he's like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you do kind of look like that guy. He's like, "Oh man, I love that show." He's like, "And that Adam Carolla, he's so funny." He's like, "That's the best show. We never miss an episode." Me and my wife.
He starts telling us all about it and how it goes.
He's rolling on telling us about every episode, and I love that episode when
he didn't put 2 and 2 together, like seeing you.
No, he didn't. No, he still didn't. He didn't get it.
No, because I looked like complete dog shit. So I wasn't.
So then I took off my sunglasses, and he's like, "Dude, wait,
You're
what the? And then she takes off, and she's like, what the? Oh my God, it's you! And then he runs over to his car where his wife is sitting in the car, and he's like, you gotta come out here. You gotta take a picture. You gotta take a picture of me with.
That's great.
So we took a picture with him, and then it
turned out to be like the nicest guy.
He was
man.
like an agent or something, right? He was like something in the business, even.
Yeah,
it was like, what were the chances?
I don't know. He did something like with he was like a tax attorney or something.
I don't know, it was really weird, but of all people to like run into
you
the
meet
middle
the strangest
of the desert.
people in the desert.
And then we ended up getting to that gas station, and it was like, holy fuck, hurry the fuck up and fill up that tank, and let's get the fuck out of here. It was like...
Yeah, you could hear like...
God.
And it was like Deliverance.
Yeah, these weren't people that looked like they were...
the opening scene to Kill Bill.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they looked like they were all up to like no good. Like they were like looking like they were hungry or something, you know?
They were.
They were. Yeah, because, dude, when you know, like you see stuff in the movie about the desert and shit, but I've never been in the desert.
Me neither.
And it's like you realize like the sense of there's
nothing.
Nothing grows,
that
nothing lives there.
Police and justice.
So you realize
Devil's Rejects.
anything
Devil's Rejects.
anything that people have, whether it's something to drink or something to eat or whatever,
they want it.
They got to get from somewhere else because there's nothing there. So all of a sudden you get this sense of like people probably look at other people like, they got something I might like to have.
Exactly that. Yep. I felt very unsafe at the gas station. I just wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge and get back on
It's
that
a
road.
weird feeling, man.
Yeah. It was a very weird feeling.
You ever get that feeling? Like
I
you
never
go
had that
someplace?
We
experience.
used to visit the Mojave Desert all the time. That was where my brother and my father would go and hang out with a bunch of his Mexican friends that owned a gold and silver mine out in the middle of Mojave Desert. We would go out there, and I shit you not, we would go out there with an arsenal. We would have, the back of a pickup truck completely loaded with rifles and pistols. We'd go out there and shoot.
You have to.
That's what we did. Well, no, we went out there to shoot.
No, you go out there to shoot people.
No one stopped you. No one questioned it. No one, because that's common
that's the
practice.
other thing. Like you don't get any senses, any law out there.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no
is no
police,
law.
no justice, no law, because the people can really do anything
Dude,
to you
if
right
something
there.
happens out there, there's no one to help you.
Nah.
There's no fucking hospital. There's no police.
Nothing
Like you are literally on your own for every sense of everything that goes on from day to day. You know, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
We'd have to bring our own water.
Yeah.
When we go,
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
We'd go out there for a week. We'd stay at a gold and silver mine out in the middle of the Mojave Desert. And stay out there
shit.
for a week at a clip. Me, my dad, my brother, and a bunch of my father's Mexican friends.
It's another life out there, right? It's like
People living like in a trailer. You see a lot of that, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, be like a trailer. People like one of those a mobile home or something that people living in.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, like, you see this, like, the mobile home park and stuff, but there's no, like, wires. There's no electricity. Like, you don't see any telephone poles. Like, where are they getting power from? You know, it's like...
Their battery.
Oh, my
in their
God.
mobile home.
It kind of reminds me of, like, fucking Mad Max, like the Road Warrior times.
Yeah.
Like, anything they have, they got to, like, hobnob together from scraps of trucks and old parts and shit. And, like, the roofs of, like, these trailers and houses were like pieces of, like, scrap metal from... It was like... It was crazy. It was like another planet, man.
Yeah.
Like,
There
what
are
the
several, and there are a bunch of like abandoned, ghost towns.
Yeah.
They're ghost towns out in the middle. You drive through and you can see where the general store used to be.
Yes.
The foundation to the movie theater.
It makes sense now.
Before they put the interstate through.
Yeah. That was one of the things that was kind of like making me feel a little freaked out because we were passing by what looked like at one time was a little town.
It was.
And then you wonder, like, what happened here?
Right,
You know,
right.
like there was
Fucking
like
zombie
a
apocalypse.
drive-in movie theater. There's still like the busted, like kind
Yeah,
of what used to
screen.
be the wall.
Yeah.
There's like holes in it and shit, bullet holes in fucking every road sign. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like a relief when you see
the episode of the Brady Bunch. Remember when they drove through that ghost town?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a ghost town, kids. And they all get out, and then there's like someone still living there.
Some crazy shit, man.
I know because we drove past a ton of those places. Can't remember the name of one particular town that we drove past, and there was actually like a sign saying, you're entering, so and such, and you're leaving, and no shit, it was like a half minute between signs. I mean, it was that small a town.
God.
It's tiny,
Yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
town. Population 8.
Cold, like
Yeah, I think we should bring like one of those containers with gas in it the next time we decide to do a ride like that.
Well, listen, the first time we did it, so I haven't ridden this bike before. I didn't know what kind of range it would have on the tank. Every bike is different. We're used to ours. I have a pretty good idea without even looking at the gas gauge, roughly, because we do average about 70 miles an hour on the highway, 70, 75. I can almost feel, like your internal clock. You wake up in the morning before the clock goes off. I can almost know with my bike because I've been riding it for years. I didn't know this bike though, so it was like that sense of shit. Like all I could focus on was the gas gauge. I was so like I wasn't even enjoying the ride because all I could focus.
You want to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I couldn't enjoy the ride because all I was watching was how fast the gas gauge was going down, and I kept thinking like we're gonna fucking run out of gas. This is not gonna be good, man. Yeah. So we make it across the desert.
Yeah,
though.
and I had 4G service, which I was really fucking happy about. So I was on the internet while you were busy, navigating the roads.
Well, I was busy worrying about.
Yeah, and you were like, "What are you doing back there? What are you doing back there?" Because he was like, "Well, you taking pictures?" Because I think that you were just jealous that I was able to.
Well, no, because we're
surf the
passing
net.
by all this cool scenery, and you're on like fucking.
I don't need to stare at it. I'll look up for a second.
Like
I'm good.
Google or some shit. I'm like, take some pictures, man. Like like. Capture some memories.
I saw things. I remember them.
She's on TMZ or some bullshit.
Yeah. I need to know what's going on with celebrities.
Yeah, but like how often do you get a chance to like roll through a space like this?
How long do I need to stare at it? I saw it. I looked up. I see it. It's beautiful. And I go back to what I'm doing.
Well, take a couple pictures for prosperity.
Did. And then I deleted them because they were the most boring fucking pictures in my phone.
There's this new story on TMZ. Skip and Alison Bedell stranded in the desert. Oh, shit.
They don't care about us yet. Not until one of us does something scandalous.
Man, they are really on the ball.
Yeah. They don't care about us yet.
The TMZ chopper flying overhead.
Whose travels fast?
The fucking vultures circling us.
Whose travels faster than my motorcycles?
Oh my god! So we got to Vegas.
Yeah, we stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel, and so we get in there. We park the bike. We get all of our shit in there. We get our stuff together. Now we're thinking, okay, well, sorry. I kicked your nut bag.
Yeah, you keep like.
Sorry. Well, stay close enough so my feet can rest there. I need to keep my feet up. I'm uncomfortable. So we get to the hotel and we decide that we're going to go. Was this the first day when we got there that we're going to go downtown and look around?
Yeah. Let's go down and check. Yeah,
we got there much later than we had anticipated, didn't we?
Well, because the ride was longer.
Oh, we went to dinner that night in that nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And we went shopping for clothes for the Guys' Choice Awards. We got you a fucking sweet outfit at John Varvatos.
Yeah.
Again.
The Hard Rock's a cool place. I mean, they got so many good restaurants in there and great stuff to see.
They had great restaurants. They had a Nobu in there too. But we had just gone there the week before, so we're like, forget it.
You ever notice the casino show? I know you like to gamble. You go to casinos all the time and stuff. They have like the most expensive stores and places you can leave your winnings at. God forbid you walk out of there with any money in your pocket.
Yeah, we had a very nice.
Even the people that lose, they say they don't give a shit because I'm losing anyway. Let me go through. I'll spend some money on myself instead of giving it to the casino.
Even like the low rent casinos, they got like. A fucking Gucci and a Versace and Louis Vuitton and like some place you can dump off those winnings before you happen to leave yet.
Yeah, we had a very, very nice dinner that night, and we got up early the next morning. We were like, we're gonna go walk down by all the hotels and look at all the sights to see and all that business. So we knew that we were close. We weren't on the Strip. I didn't realize when we booked this that we weren't on the Strip.
Well, you know what's funny about the Strip is like our hotel, the Hard Rock, is a little bit off the main Strip, but the hotels are so massive that when you look down the road and you see these big buildings, they feel like they're pretty close.
So we said, "Lady, let's walk to there."
We'll just walk it. No big deal.
There was a long line for the taxis.
Someone
we're
like me, yeah. You couldn't get a taxi.
Let's just walk.
But all of a sudden we're walking, and I'm like,
God.
the buildings seem like they're the same size, but we're not getting any closer.
Oh God! So 6 hours later, we finally got to the Strip, and I was dripping sweat. I had to have Skip hold the backpack. Oh my God!
You're not allowed to cross a street in Las Vegas either. They have the overpasses, some underpasses.
Yeah, well, I saw that. That was new.
If you're on foot in Las Vegas, here's the deal: you don't want to go anywhere near streets because people will run you over.
Oh God!
They do not stop for you like they do in California, like they do most states. Someone in the crosswalk, they'll stop. Someone in the corner, they'll
pedestrians
stop.
have the right of way?
No,
not
pedestrians do not have the right of way in Las Vegas. That's why they have all those like foot walks.
Yeah,
foot
yeah. I
baths.
noticed a lot more of those from the last time I was there about 10
The only way
years
you
ago.
can get from point A to point B in Las Vegas. I lived there for about a month and a half when I was doing Legends in Concert with my U2 band.
Right.
And I walked around quite a bit. Did you guys make it to the Fashion Show Mall, by the way?
No, Skip does not. He was not. Wouldn't even dreamed of asking because, first of all, we're not going to be in Las Vegas to be shopping because he was just going. I knew what he. Not that. He doesn't give me a hard time if there's something I want to do. But I knew that wasn't what he wanted to do. And we're in Vegas for one day. So we were going to see the
She
sights.
loves to shop and she loves the mall. It's like a kid going to the playground or like me, whatever, going to the gym. When she sees mall, it's like beeline right for the mall, right? So you're right. They have the sickest malls ever. So like every store is just like these elaborate.
Fashion Show Mall.
We were only there one day.
You know what they have there? They have a fashion show that goes off like every hour on the hour, and they have Fredericks models modeling Fredericks of Hollywood stuff. They have
where is this mall?
Oh, it's the Fashion Show Mall. I used to go there and sip tea with my drummer Tim, who was at the time a 24-year-old kid. So they always
have your
used
pinky
to look,
up in the air. I can
at,
see you now.
They look at us like the two gay guys sitting there because we would go almost every morning, Fashion Show Mall, free fashion show.
Yeah.
You would love that.
I
it
would,
was
but
awesome.
so yeah,
Awesome.
so
I love
we
Vegas.
instead went to the
I'm
hotels. By the time we were fucking sweating our balls off, so we had packed. We had packed bathing
I was
suits.
sweating my balls off. I don't know what
I was
part
sweating
of your
your balls
anatomy
off
that you
too.
were sweating.
I was sweating your balls.
Please
But
tell
it
me
was
you don't
so
have balls in there
hot.
somewhere. Is there something I don't know about you?
I am a man, and I used to be a man, and now I'm a woman.
Oh, God.
According to some of our favorite fans.
Right. Oh, yeah. Can we get that on Twitter? Allison looks like a man.
Yeah, well, I was on Instagram.
Oh, God. I don't know
yeah,
what kind of
yeah.
man you're used to looking at, dude. But
I know.
Trust me. No.
Yeah, so we packed our bathing suits in the backpack, and we wanted to do a Vegas pool, right? So we go into the Bellagio, which was air conditioned. It was beautiful. Skip had to go to the bathroom. We wanted to take some pictures. He had to take a leak. Where are you going to go? You got to go in the hotel. So we walk around and we can see the pool.
Was it important that we included that? Like we couldn't just like we went to the pool? Like talk about me having to go to the bathroom?
I thought you were taking pictures in the bathroom.
Well, yeah.
Well, I remember this distinctly because I had to wait for him, and I was standing by the gardens looking at the pretty flowers in the middle, like they have at the Bellagio, this whole garden area.
Every one of these hotels have the sickest lobbies. You know, man. It's like a feast for the eyes. You know, if you haven't been to Las Vegas, it's just you can go there just to walk around and look at the lobbies of the hotels. They're just unbelievable, really.
So we were hot. We wanted to swim, so we were looking at the pool from inside the Bellagio, and we must have done a full fucking 360 on the level above the pool, and we could not figure out how to get outside to the pool. And I could see it was a beautiful pool. There were lots of chairs available. It looked great. I'm like, this is the pool.
But how do we get to it?
We couldn't get to it. We couldn't fucking figure it out. It was making
so
me nuts.
Big, man. It's like you could just walk around forever.
We walked for so long and couldn't find the pool. And then Skip's like, well, let's go to Caesar's Pool. I went to Caesar's Pool back in April when I came here for the day, to do the thing for Spike and blah, blah, blah. I want to go to Caesar's Pool. I'm like, this is a perfectly good pool. He's like, well, Caesar's got a really cool pool because this pool looked like it was just calm, like people were just chilling and sunbathing. But Caesar's pool is more of like a party scene pool. So I'm fuck. So now we got to walk out, right, and walk down to another hotel. And I mean, it's not, like we said, it's far away. It looks close, but it's not that close. And especially, you're wasting like another half hour, 45 minutes now just walking out of the hotel, down to the sidewalk, down the sidewalk, up the entrance. It's like, it's a production. So we get to Caesar's now.
I'm tired just listening to you.
Me too. We get to Caesar's. We finally find, find our way out.
There's another reason why I wanted to go to Caesar's.
I know, but let me just finish this part of it. So we have our stuff. We manage to find the pool. We sneak out to the pool. And by sneak out, I mean you have to be a hotel resident, staying there to use the pool. But we happen to find an entrance that nobody was protecting. We go out there, right? every fucking chair is taken, and there's towels like on all the chairs. So even about maybe 20% of the chairs were being sat in. The rest of them had a towel on it with no person. So we're
That's
looking
the best,
around.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like the chair is taken, but there's nobody
right.
on the chair.
So we're looking around, like there's nothing available, and the sun is shining, fucking beating down. There's no shady areas. Everything is covered in sun and empty towels.
But it was a pretty cool pool, though. You got to admit, it's a kick-ass pool.
It was fucking awesome. So we're looking around, like where are we going to sit? Now I got Kilo with us too. He can't be sitting out in the sun. You know what I mean? He'll get heat exhaustion. So we're like, now I'm getting pissed. So now
long as Kilo's comfortable.
So we sit down on the edge of these two chairs.
Throw him in the fucking pool.
That's what I'm saying, man. Fucking doggy paddle. They know how to swim automatically.
Dogs aren't allowed there, let alone even us. We're not supposed to be out there. So we sit at the edge of these two chairs trying to contemplate, like, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? How are we going to make this work? So then I was like, okay, so now just pretend like you belong here, and let's stand up and start walking around looking for a chair. At which point I hold on to the two towels that we're sitting on and take them with us, because we don't, we had no other way to get a towel because we aren't staying at the hotel. So now I've got two towels with us, and we're walking around. There's no seats, nothing. And now I'm getting fucking pissed, because I'm like, we were at a perfectly good pool with lots of chairs available, and you made us walk all the way over here. Now it's like 45 minutes later. It's beating hot sun. The sun is making me get pissy. So finally, Skip finds a place in the shade, and I don't have my bathing suit. I don't.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Joe. Now you feel what I'm talking about after all the complaining and it's fucking hot. My ass is burning. Kilo's gonna have it. Fucking yada 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 yada. We get to the fucking chair. Finally, we throw down our two stolen towels.
No baby.
I have my shorts with me in my backpack because I come fucking prepared.
I thought
Thank
I packed
you
my
very
bathing
much.
suit, but I didn't.
And I look over at the fucking princess here, and she has that look on her face like, oh.
So yeah. So now what you but
Did she do bra and panties?
no, I didn't have on a matching set or anything. Actually, that day I didn't even have on a bra because I had on like a really sweet shirt that.
You wear panties?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
So
You're like dental floss. It's like
Information.
not even considered like underwear.
I know. I have to have like
what
a
does
little,
it actually even do?
Because it's like a little cotton thing, a little triangle protecting the special area.
Dental floss.
Thank you. That's perfect. That little cotton, tiny little speck of cotton, about a 1 by 1 inch square of rectangle of
I
cotton.
need it down there because it hurts when your like denim shorts rub up against your
It
junk.
doesn't even
hurts.
do anything, though.
It
It's
makes
like-
it sore down there. I need underwear on.
All right.
So this was a
They're fun
perfect-
to look at, so I'll give you that. You
So
you look good in them.
Thank you, babe. This was a perfect opportunity for me now to go into Caesar's Mall.
See? Fucking told you. She always, dude, I swear to God, everywhere we go, she's like, oh, I forgot to pack a sweater, and I'm chilly. Maybe we can
consider it might
maybe
be
we
by
can
design.
find. We're on the way to like wherever we're traveling, wherever it is. We're on the way to go have dinner. I'm chilly.
Yeah.
I forgot
buy
to
a
pack
new
s-
sweater.
I forgot to pack a sweater. Wait. Oh, let me look on my iPhone. Maybe there's a mall close by.
Yeah. Yeah,
I get
so-
this all the time, dude. And I swear to God, I figured it out now. She forgets shit on purpose, so
I could buy a new one.
So we can go shopping.
So then I leave Kilo on the chair in the shade with Skip, and I run into Caesar's Mall, and I was running because I am looking for a store, like a regular, everything was so expensive. There was like the lowest price bathing suit in the places I was passing was like $80, and I wasn't doing it because I have so many bathing suits, I didn't need one like that. I found an H&M. I got a bathing suit where it was like $6 for the top, $6 for the bottom.
$6.
I got two bathing
Dude, as soon
suits.
as you took off for the stores inside of Caesar's to get a bikini, I'm thinking like the only thing you're coming back was with a Louis Vuitton $400 fucking bathing suit, you know? So,
yeah, I was looking for a bargain because I wasn't going to spend that kind of
You know
money.
what? I don't care. We're on vacation and everything, so, have at it and all that. At that point, I just wanted to get in the fucking... I don't care
Right.
what you come back with.
Right.
It could be a rhinestone, diamond-studded fucking loincloth. I don't give a shit.
Well,
Let's get in the pool.
I found the loincloth bathing suit, and I went to go, I was like, you know what, no time to even fucking try it on. I'm just going to go buy it. So there was two, but I found two that I liked, so because I couldn't decide between the two, so I buy them both. But now I'm like,
surprised.
fuck, I need to put it on, though. And I hadn't tried it on, so I was like, am I going to try it on and bring the tag, or I'll buy it first and then go in the fitting room? So I bought it first, go to the fitting room. There's like this fucking line. So now I'm waiting like on a little line. I finally get in there. I put it on, put my clothes over it, so I'm ready once I get to the pool, rip my clothes off, get in the pool. So now it's probably about a half an hour went by the time, because it was a long mall too. I had to run far to get into this, where I was. I get back out to Skip. Before I exit the building, Skip tells me that he just spoke to his friend, Frank, who owns Rayo's restaurant at Caesars. And Frank's there, and he wants to come out and say hello. He hasn't seen him since high school, and he wants to have us come over for dinner. And I'm like, motherfucker, first of all, my hair looks like shit. And then I just got outside, and he's like telling me like we're going to go hang out with his friend now. And I just bought the bathing suit to hang out at the pool. No sooner than I exit the building, fucking clouds, it starts raining. So now I went all this to bet the bathing suit, go outside, it's raining.
All the time you spent looking for a bathing suit now winds up to be for nothing.
So then Skip's like, well, let's just go in the pool for a few minutes anyway. Let's go in the pool. So I go in the pool with him, and it's cold. Well, when we got out, it was cold because there was no sun. So now your friend comes out, and we get to hang out with your friend at least.
Well, that was a good time. I mean, Joe, you know about Rayo's restaurant in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you guys haven't heard about Rayo's restaurant, it's one of the most famous restaurants in New York City. It's in Harlem, Spanish Harlem, on I think 116th Street and Pleasant Avenue. It's probably like the worst area of New York City possible. But there's this little corner, this little pocket with a tiny little restaurant called Rayo's Italian Restaurant. It's been there for like 100 years. And I grew up with Frankie Pellegrino, whose family owns that. And it's just the most amazing place.
And you've told me tons of stories about you and him when you guys were younger.
Yeah, so we were like best friends growing up all through school. We wrestled together on the same team. I was in his wedding party. He was in mine. We spent a lot of time together. But when we grew up and kind of moved on with our lives after, doing our thing in school and all that, we went our separate ways, and he went out to Vegas. And so I haven't seen him in a long time. It was really cool to catch up with Frankie.
Yeah, so then no sooner than we're sitting outside talking to him, the fucking sun comes back out, blaring fucking heat that was unbearable. At that point, I wasn't even able to go back in the pool, because now we've moved on.
But we did have a good time, though. We hooked up with Frankie.
Oh, my God, we went to his house.
So Frankie can cook, man. He has also put out a couple of his own cookbooks. He's been on a million talk shows talking about, Rayo's restaurant, and they have a whole line of sauces. The
ones in the grocery store, those are the best sauces. They're like $10 a jar, but
Rayo's
they're delicious.
pasta sauce, and they have, roasted peppers. And they got a lot of great provisions and stuff, a whole line of stuff. So this kid can cook, man.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, you're in town visiting. Why don't you come over to the house? And he lives right outside of town. He cooks us this
But meanwhile, we were
meal.
like contemplating even going there, because we had already spoken to Tito and Amber in advance about hanging out with them, because by coincidence, they were in Vegas that night as well. Which was, we didn't plan it, but they were there. We were going to hang out with them that night.
Get a text earlier in the day from Tito Ortiz, and he's like, hey, man, we're in Vegas, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well,
hanging out with you.
What a surprise. We just happened to be in Vegas, too.
So we had plans that we were going to bar hop.
The timing was like perfect, However, now I run into Frankie.
Yeah, and he's like, come to my house. And I'm like, we already have plans. And Skip's like, well.
I'm so glad we went, though.
Yeah.
By the time we got, everything happens late in Vegas anyway. By the time we got out of there, we finished having dinner with Frankie, which, by the way, was the most amazing meal. We met his girlfriend, and we just had a great time. About 10 o'clock.
We left, he drove us back to the hotel, 10 o'clock.
So now I got a full belly with this awesome
exhausted.
Big dinner,
Ready
a couple
for
glasses
bed.
of wine. I'm like,
awesome. I'm
man.
so ready for bed.
I'm shot. Right?
And plus, because we were at the pool all day, my hair was up, we were sweating, the whole fucking day's worth of bullshit. I looked like shit.
Get back to the room, get another text from Tito. Dude, we're going to XS, right? We're going to at the Wynn, which is sick.
Club,
dude, it's sick as craziest club you could ever imagine.
So I'm like, I want to go to bed.
By the way, David Guetta's DJing, and we have a VIP table right at his booth. So if you want to come along, I'll leave your name at the guest list at the front door. So I'm like, I look at Allie, I'm like, you know what? We're going out.
And meanwhile, I never like that. First of all, I've never gone out at night.
I'm like, jump in the shower, clean your ass up. We're going out.
I know. I did like the fancy ponytail hairdo. It was like,
dude.
So we go out, right? So now at this point, now think about the thousands and thousands.
No, but you're sick.
Thousands of people in Vegas, right? So we finally we took an Uber or whatever, the cab to the hotel.
Yeah, that weekend everything was packed out.
We finally found the club, and once we get there, because we know that our name's on there to get in, Can you hear that? Oh, sorry.
No, only you
my headphone.
can.
Oh, okay. I was losing my headphone. So we finally find where the club is to get in. And by coincidence, and thank God, Tito and Amber are standing right there like, hey! Like, we didn't even have to, like, say we're with them or look at the list. They were standing right there. We, like, immediately hook up. They escort us into the club through this very fucking long, all through the people, like, thousands and thousands of people, and they escort us up to the VIP section.
Dude, which
the
was
DJ
a
booth.
sick experience. I have to show you the pictures. I took a picture, like a panoramic picture of the pool. And
It was a pool party.
The pool, yeah, it's a pool party. So the pool in this place
Had no water.
I mean, there had to be 10,000 people in the pool. It was insane. You couldn't even see the water.
Yeah.
So
it was like the water was displaced. There was just
I was
tons
talking
of
to
people.
one of the security guys there that night, and I said, how many people were here? This place is massive. It's the biggest party I've ever seen. He said, well, there was 14,000 people on the guest list alone. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
On the guest list alone.
Wow.
So yeah, it was insane. And then of course being right there, we were at the booth where where David Guetta
which was like above everything else, like where all the
so we had this
people
really
were.
cool VIP area. Of course, thanks to Tito, man. Every time we roll with him, it's just like rolling like rock stars. We have this great time with him, and he's got the serious hookups everywhere we go. So we hung out and kind of partied with.
And then 50 Cent came out.
With David Guetta, and then next thing you know, like 50 Cent standing behind us, like, hey man, and he grabs the microphone and he's standing up on top of the bench, just like freestyling. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, what just happened? Like, where are we?
I know.
So Guetta took pictures with it. Everybody took pictures. We just had a great time, and the night just like it went by so fast.
Yeah. So then when we were finally, it was like 4 a.m. when we were finally leaving the club, and I'm like, thank fucking God, because I'm exhausted. It was a really long night, and I need to get to sleep. So we all left the club, and his friend was driving us. We were in his Range Rover, and next thing you know, like I didn't realize it, we were going to another club. Yeah.
That's how you party in Vegas.
Oh yeah. So
So then we get to this other club.
Yeah. So we get to the second place, and we just
Jam packed. And it was another thing, like where we went right to the front, and there were people that were waiting on a line that they weren't letting in. And
dude, there was like 1,000
this
people
chick
online.
comes running up
Been
to
waiting
us.
since 10 p.m.
Yeah,
it's 4 o'clock.
This chick came
Seriously.
running up.
I believe
Please
it.
say I'm with you. Please, just let me sing. I'll give you money. I'll give you money. Because she was like so desperate to get in, and they weren't letting her in, that she was trying to like hide in between us to get in.
Yeah.
And we're like, nope, sorry, honey. And the guy was like, I told you no. Get back.
We just had such a good time. We bounced to a couple different places after that, and
But this particular club, though, because I just want to describe it a bit, because this was the kind of club with the and it had like all the laser lights out there. Yeah,
exactly.
It was one of those,
Yeah.
and it was really, 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 really fucking loud, and everybody's bodies were jammed tight in there, and there were the laser lights, and like if you weren't like high on something hallucinogenic, you probably weren't having a good time, which means me, and because it was too much stimulation and everything, and so we were there probably about an hour and a half. Oh my God, the music was going nuts. So then we finally fucking left. I was so relieved.
You were relieved?
And then
Thought you were going home.
And then we went to another club. It was like 6 a.m.
Oh, but that was cool though, man. We just had a good time. We danced. And when do you get to do that? First of all, who goes out to after hours clubs anymore?
I had never even heard of that before.
Well,
In Vegas, they're not after hours. In Vegas, they're just clubs.
they're just
this
clubs.
was 6
yeah.
a.m. We went to. I think it was Dre's something.
I don't even know.
Well, they open at 3:30.
Yeah. They don't even open till like 2.
Yeah.
So anyway,
This next club, it
we
was
had a really good time.
R&B type. It was mostly a black crowd, much better music, like R&B, and it was like good dancing. And then we had to go to the bathroom. Like Amber and I had to go to the bathroom.
You couldn't even get there, so we needed like a VIP escort.
So we had a VIP escort to the VIP bathroom. All these girls were waiting on this long line to get in the bathroom.
Dude, you would think like the bathroom is like something you just take it for granted, right? But when there are literally hundreds of people trying to get in the bathroom, one of the cool parts about rolling this whole VIP thing is that when you want to use the bathroom, you ask one of the security people that are kind of standing around your VIP area, and they will literally escort you through the crowd to a special bathroom,
locked bathroom
that there is not a single person in.
And it's got all the amenities in there.
They take a key, they open the door, they let you in.
Yeah, it's clean, and it's got all the stuff on the counter.
It's the little things, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Like when you got to take a leak at 7 in the morning.
It was so exciting to
have a private bathroom. And there's 300 people online. So we had a great time, and thanks again to Tito.
I know.
We had so much fun with Tito and Amber. And
they are a ton of fun.
Yeah, they're really just always a good time hanging out with them, and it's cool because we get to hang with them a lot with all the
I just
Bellator
enjoy their
stuff
company.
and
They're fucking nice and they're
and
normal. I just love hanging out with them.
Yeah, they're just very down to earth, cool people, and we've seen some fun times with them. So thanks again.
Yeah, I'd like to thank them again for
Tito.
that. That was an experience I would have never, ever, ever had otherwise in my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Because as it is, I don't go out. If it's 10 or 11 o'clock, I'm going to bed.
First time I met Tito was he was a guest on my brother's show.
Yeah.
And I saw him in the elevator. He was in
You told us that story.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell are you looking at? He
Right.
looks at me like, what? The look, he was a puzzled look on his face.
Yeah.
Come on.
You said that to him?
Man. Yeah, I said it to him. I look at what we glancing back and forth at each other. I guess he kind of.
Were you just like fucking with him?
I looked a little like Anthony.
Right.
So he was like looking over at me. Wasn't sure if I wasn't my brother. Right. So he kept looking at me, and I knew who he was right away. I was a big fan. Yeah. I'm looking over at him. So we're glancing at each other, and I finally look over at him, and I go like, "What the hell are you looking at?"
Oh shit!
It's like, his bodyguard looks at me. He took that stance, that defensive posture. I was like, I'm kidding. I'm Anthony's brother.
Yeah, I don't have a death wish.
You're going on his show. Yeah. Well, you want to roll? Come on.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, not a good idea.
He actually had the biggest guy on the show submitted in under 3 seconds.
Oh, and up at Anthony's show.
Yeah. Steve C.
Wasn't there some bet that went on with that or something like that?
Yeah, if he could make it past 5 seconds or 10. I think it was 10 seconds. Right. If he could make it 10 seconds, he was going to win some money. Oh, this segment producer. And he was the biggest guy on the show. Right. No experience, though.
Tito just yoked him out in about 3 seconds.
Done. 3 seconds. And he's like, all you heard was like, he couldn't tap fast enough. You're like,
dude, I know, man. I know all about it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
But always a nice guy. Every time I've ever met him, he's very
even if he wasn't like a cajillionaire and famous, I would still really like hanging out with them. Because they're just fucking cool people. Like, they're just normal.
They're just
them.
They're just cool people.
He reminds me, a lot of things about him remind me of you, which is what I like about him. He's like a sensitive person, and I don't know, you guys just have a lot of similar
we
qualities.
get along good.
Yeah.
We do. I like hanging with him.
He's not like...
And his girl's a good chick, too. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
also.
he's not like
Amber.
too much of like a tough guy to talk about how much he loves his girl. I like that when guys are like that.
Oh,
you're like that too.
Sensitive
fucking
side.
Pussy.
Oh no, he's talking about your girlfriend. All right, so moving on.
Moving on to the next fucking thing. Did you want to give a tip?
I do. I got a Skip's tip. I got a tip, and hopefully you guys will all enjoy my tip.
Okay, tip me up, baby.
We're going to talk about tips. All right. So, if you guys right now, it's like deck season. Everyone's out doing stuff, getting ready for the summer and doing things on their deck. And if you have a deck that has a wooden surface on it that's shot, it's splintered, it's cracked, it's fading, you're walking out there and you're destroying your feet every time you get on it, it's time to do something different. So what do? Do you resurface the whole deck and strip it off and put down new planking, which can get really expensive? I've done that for many, many clients of mine. We resurface now. And, of course, one of the most popular products that we use is composite decking. It can get expensive between the cost of the labor and the materials to strip off the old deck and to redo the whole thing. You're looking at anywhere between $15 and $20 a square.
Is that what we have on our deck?
We do, yeah. We have a composite material, which is great because you don't have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
They're pricey, but you do it once and then it's done.
They had it there before when we bought the house. It was already done.
Yeah, with ours it was already done. But I've redone many decks for people that had pressure treated decks or cedar or whatever, and they just over time they start to fade out. So what do? You're faced with that. You got to do something. So obviously, if you're going to get into resurfacing with composite, it gets expensive. So a typical 20 by 20 or 400 square foot deck can run you $5,000 to $7,000 labor and material to strip that thing down. It's a pretty big undertaking.
I think if you have the money, that's what you should do.
No question. That would be my first suggestion. That's the best way to go because you're done with it. But there are alternatives out there that people should know about. So there's some products out there that will actually seal and fill in all those imperfections, all the cracks and warping boards and nail holes and all of that stuff that can actually get you a little extended life out of your deck.
Even when you drag your foot along, if there's like a piece of wood splint up.
Well, what you want to do with these things, you want to go and you want to remove all those really nasty, big, chunky splinters that are sticking up because no stain or sealer is going to repair that. But you want to get it down to it's a fairly good surface, and then you can fill in all the cracks and nail holes. So there's a couple of different brands of these deck stains and resurfacing materials that I would recommend. There's one, Bear, which makes a deck over, and also Rust-Oleum, which makes deck restore. Basically what they are, they're like a stain, like a solid stain that you will apply to your deck with a roller. You can apply it with a brush in tough to get to areas, but pretty much they're 5 times thicker than your traditional deck stain. They're mildew resistant. They have excellent adhesion to your existing wood decking.
But don't you have to sand it down first when you say that?
No, you don't have to sand it. I would recommend that you power wash it and you get it down to wood. If it has a lot of dirt,
if it's like peeling,
mildew,
if it's got old paint shit and it's peeling off, right? You gotta get rid of it all.
If it's got old paint on it, you want to get down to a fairly good surface to where if you have any grease from the barbecue or mildew or stains or things like that, you need to give it a washing. If you need to give it a deck wash,
do you have to though? Is it like primer?
I would suggest that you do, and they also offer a primer with these products as well. So you can prime it after you. The best thing to do really is give it a quick power wash. If you have a power washer, or even you can just hook up to your hose. They have a deck wash that actually the whole gallon container screws right down through your garden hose.
Yeah.
So you wash the deck with this material, and basically it strips off any grease and solvents and things like that. You hose it down, you let it dry, of course, completely. So once it's dry, now you have a product that has excellent adhesion to your existing wood decking. It offers a solid color and a slip-resistant surface, which is really cool. So when it's all cured up, you have something now that filled in all the cracks, filled in all the nail holes, all the ugly stuff that you got tired of looking at. It's a solid color. By the way, they offer...
Is it paint? What color is it?
It's actually like a solid stain. But they come in over 50 colors. They're tintable. And both these products...
Tintable? Meaning like they can tint it in the store?
They can... Yeah, they have a color chart that actually you can get it in different colors. So there's a base color, and then they can tint it with... they offer up to 50 different colors. So
that's cool.
Yeah, if you're looking to color coordinate your backyard, you might want to look into this. But Bear and Rust-Oleum both make a great product. They basically dry in about 2 hours. Most of them need 2 coats. If you get a 5-gallon container, you're looking at about $150. So your typical 400 square foot deck, 20 by 20, you're going to need about 2 of these containers. So you're looking at about $300 plus rollers and other materials. You're probably at about $500 as opposed to 10 times that to resurface it with composite. So if you're looking to do something with your deck, check out Bear, check out Rust-Oleum. Both have great products. It's a homeowner DIY type of thing. You can do it yourself. You don't need to call anybody else in. And it's a great alternative to resurfacing with new materials.
Oh, that's a good tip.
And there is my tip of the day.
Thank you, Skip's Tips.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for the tips,
We
Skip.
went, it occurred to me that we had gone long on the last pod, and we did not have an opportunity to what the fuck. Right?
Let's not forget the what the fuck.
No, we did the what the fuck. We didn't do my obsession. That's what we didn't do. Now we're almost an hour right now, too, and we haven't done what the fuck.
Give it to us.
Or my obsession.
Can we talk about both?
Well, I've got a few things, but I just wanted to tell you about my quick what the fuck. I don't know if people look at my pictures online, they might notice this.
Things that make you say, what the fuck?
This made me say, what the fuck, okay? This is, again, this comes back to me saying people with common sense or lack thereof, okay? So I needed to get my roots done because we were filming and my roots had been growing in and I needed my hair.
Talk about coloring your hair.
The hair color, yeah. I needed to get it freshened up, I needed a fresh touch-up. And so Valerie, our stylist on the show, who I love, was not available because she was traveling. So she found a place that she would do it for me, a place, somebody that she knows, because the show pays for it, and so they were going to cover it. So she tells the girl, this is the color I use, this is the number or whatever of the color. So I get to this place, and I'm showing the girl pictures of me from something else. I don't know. I just showed her a picture. She's like, oh, your hair was really light there. I was like, yeah, like I usually wear it light when we're on the show. Didn't occur to me that she had said that. Why did she say that? So she does my hair. She's doing the whole fucking foil, right? She washes my hair. She blows it out. Now, we're in a place in Santa Monica overlooking the water. It's sunny. It's fucking beautiful. I'm just distracted by, like, do my hair, service me. I'm looking at the ocean.
Nice atmosphere.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Hoping that your hair doesn't get fried off your head.
Yeah, I'm like, just like, it's like a little bit, I'm like, okay, just service, me, and I'll, relax and enjoy this.
Service me.
She blew out my hair. She did a great blowout. And so looking in the mirror, she's like, it's good. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I love it. It's great. All right, thanks. I'm out of here. So I leave the hair place. I come back to the apartment, and my husband says to me, this is what all women love to hear. What'd you do to your hair?
What happened to your head?
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's almost like, honey, did you put on a couple of pounds?
And I was like, when he said that, I was like pissed.
Dude, when you lock your keys in the car and you shut the door, and it's before the door even closes, that you're like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
As the words were coming out of my mouth, I couldn't stop myself quick enough. No. In the back of my mind, I'm going, stop, say it, stop, don't.
Yeah,
but I said it.
I was like,
I said it.
And like right away, I'm like on the defensive, like, what? It's fine. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. But it's fine. Like, what? I just got it done. Like, like sometimes he likes me really, really blonde. So because it wasn't really, really blonde, I'm like, just fucking leave it alone already.
I like
it's fine.
my bitches platinum.
It looks good the way it is, fucking Barbie doll lover. So
platinum, bitch, platinum.
I go into dumbass. So I go into the fucking sink by the mirror, and I look at myself, which I hadn't done closely enough at the salon. Homegirl made my roots practically fucking black. What the fuck, you dumb bitch?
What is it? Is it something like an ombre? Like, what's going on with it's like two-tone?
No, that had nothing to do with it. She had gotten the number from Valerie. Like, Valerie said that she uses 7N, which is representative of a color, colorists use. But I don't know, maybe it's brand specific, maybe a certain line of brands, I don't know. But at some point when this dumb bitch saw my picture that I showed her of me very blonde, and then she saw my hair on my head that she saw roots were growing out, but the rest of the hair was blonde, and nothing on it was ever black before, why the fuck wouldn't you question, is this the right color? Or what color do you want your hair? Or what color should it be? This fucking crazy bitch proceeded to color my roots black and then frost on top of it. So it got like some frost, like the blonde highlights with black, 2 inches of black root. Those are the roots. She turned my dark brown roots into black roots.
Wasn't she supposed to be turning them into blonde?
It was actually, when she came back, her hair was actually darker than that's why I said, what did you do to your head?
Oh, God. So, like, really? Why the fuck wouldn't you open your mouth and ask me a question?
When you left, though, it probably was still wet or something, not completely dry.
It was, because I was in a rush.
So you couldn't really tell, like, really. But by the time you got to me, it was dry. And I was like, did you get, like, a two-tone? Like, what happened to you?
She knew what she was doing. She knew her line of colors. She knew when she put it on, when she washed it out. Because remember the picture I took of you with my head in the sink? I thought it would look dark just because it was in the sink. I didn't realize she really made my hair darker. On purpose. 3 inches worth of fucking roots. What the fuck, stupid ass?
Joe, you know what it's like to have your
she's
head
not
in the
a
sink.
fan.
Really? Like, why would... And she's the professional. Why wouldn't she say to me, did she give me the right color? Or what color do you want your hair?
What's the moral of the story here?
Moral of the fucking story is if you think something's wrong, say something, you stupid asshole.
If you see something, say something.
Yes.
Did they tell you that in the airport?
I wasn't even, like, looking in the mirror. I was just, like, enjoying the view, getting my service done. She blew it out from a distance. It looked blonde. I don't know.
Joe, you can relate to this problem,
Stupid.
right?
How do you take a blonde chick and make her hair black?
Joe, for those of you that haven't seen Joseph Cumia, he has a completely bald, like, turtle wax buffed dome.
Yeah, I sand my head every morning. I take the belt sander.
400 grit. Orbital sander.
Yeah. So this is just my point. I have a very low tolerance for stupidity and people that don't take their profession seriously.
Thank you. There it is. That's what I was looking for. That's the moral of the story. Yeah. Across the board. Know your craft. Know what you're doing, and if something doesn't look right, fucking fix it.
And along the same lines as a customer asking for something that's not reasonable. If somebody said they wanted you to build something that you knew was unsafe, you would say to them, "No, this is not how it's done. It should be done this way."
Exactly.
If you know you're making my roots black, say to me, "Are you sure you want something so drastic? Your hair looks blonde now. Why do you sure you only how much of this roots do you want black?" She didn't say shit.
That would involve taking some initiative.
And she didn't have any.
So many people go through the fucking motions with their jobs these days. It's ridiculous.
Dude, it's like phoning it in. Like, what?
I've seen, horrific things happen. Both, in the business that I'm in the entertainment business, doing band stuff.
Yeah.
Horror stories. I'm not going to get into them now, but absolute horror stories. People that do not do that, from engineers, from sound engineers to roadies.
Everything.
Band members.
It doesn't matter what you do, man. Like
you're always going to.
I say it all the time in everything. It doesn't matter. Like I use the word pride all the time. You know, it's a big word for me. I have it tattooed on my arm. It's a big word, and everyone should relate to it. Take pride in what you do. Know your craft and do it fucking right. And if you do something that doesn't look right, fix it.
Right. Thank you.
Fix it.
This new Asian tattoo I have. It says, "You're probably doing something wrong, you fucking dummy." That's what it says. That's my tattoo.
With that being said, everybody, you're probably doing something wrong, you dummies, and we want to thank you again because listening to us is doing something right.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you so much for listening.
Nice segue.
And we will see you in a few days.
Catch you next time.
We love you. Bye-bye.
This is Corolla Digital.